Hey everybody, Peter Parks here with DNA Wealth Blueprint 3.0. Welcome back to this module. So in this module, what we're going to be going over is the case study in the solar panel niche. Many of you have asked me about this module, so I'm going to reveal it here. First things first, I'm not going to out this particular campaign, so I'm not going to be showing you in real time the actual blog because that would out a campaign in a highly lucrative niche market, and that's not what this is about. Okay? Some affiliates in this particular niche are making over $30,000 a day, and you are going to see why as we progress through this case study. The economy is in the state of affairs that it is. This is why this niche is very lucrative, because people want to save money. You have to understand something. The government is currently screwing the little guy. So any opportunity somebody can get to get a better deal than what the government is offering, they are going to take it. So this is a niche that is filled with controversy. This is a niche that is also very highly passionate. So if you combine those two elements together, they're going to equal money. So that being said, let's get into the case study so I can show you exactly what's going on. Now, first, let's get the technical out of the way. So this was a cost per action campaign. Now, again, if you look at the other module where I talked about the cost per action module, you'll know what this is. So I'm not going to get into it right now. But this was the cost per action campaign. I was paying 71 cents per cost per result. So many of you are probably saying, oh my God, 71 cents cost per result, cost per click. Wow, that's pretty high. Well, at the end of the day, when you go through the case study and you see what's going on, it may or may not be that expensive. It all depends on what your risk tolerance is and your threshold for making money. So I got over 190,948 clicks. I reached over 3,392,066 people. The ad spend, well, let's just say that was my business because I'm not going to be telling you about any income claims, as I've mentioned to you before on the sales letter and throughout the course of this. The revenue generated basically was a six-figure income revenue that was generated. At the end of the day, what was the ROI? The ROI was roughly 22.51%. So many of you are going to say, wow, 22.51% ROI? I know that you said in another module that you don't get out of bed for 50%. Well, that's true. But when you see what's going on in this particular niche, I'm not saying that I'm going to continue in this niche. What I am telling you is, based on the revenue generated and based on my spend, I mean, you can kind of see it was for some people it's worth it. It's life-changing income. For some people, they may think, well, it's kind of risky. For some people, they'd be like, well, I can easily scale this campaign once I modify a few different things. So it is, to some people, a niche that they want to get into. For the inexperienced media buyer, for the inexperienced affiliate marketer, for the inexperienced funnel expert, they may not want to get into this niche. But overall, this is the niche that you definitely do want to test. So, based on that, lots of things went wrong in this particular campaign, and lots of things went right. So this is the campaign that you literally, at the end of the day, you have to put your thinking cap on, and I'm going to get into that. So first, let's go over the good. The first thing that you're going to notice is the ad did pop. It got a ton of clicks. It had a great CTR. People loved the headline. They loved the ad copy, and they loved the call to action. Again, like I said, in this particular niche market, there's controversy and there's passion. There's the government that's trying to screw the little guy and the little girl. You combine all those elements together, you're in for a treat, right? Your copy in this particular niche market has to be very important, because remember what I talked about, what I stated before. You always have to have a thought-provoking headline, one that captures attention, one that gives people a call to action, and one that evokes curiosity, all rolled into one. If you look at the copy that I've written for this particular ad, all three elements hit that with a T. You also have to understand what the best theme is for this particular niche market. And I'm going to give you the two best themes that work in this particular niche market with this particular offer. It is the us versus them, or the David versus Goliath. You can understand when I talk about either theme why this is very important in this particular niche market. This is a very passionate niche. So if you do your demographic targeting properly and you do your psychographic targeting properly, you will make a lot of money. Here is my earnings disclaimer. You may or may not make a dime with this CPA offer in this niche market. So again, I'm going to cover my tracks. I'm going to protect myself with liability purposes. And I'm going to tell you, if you do everything right, which you can do everything right, it could be the state of the economy, it could be the leads, it could be whatever. The advertiser may shut down, the advertiser may bolt and pick up and take your money and never pay you, the network may fall. Lots of things can happen. That being said, if you follow the direction that I'm giving you and you understand the methodology of the CPA marketing and you understand the methodology of how to be able to convert clicks, the sky is the limit for you. So you're probably wondering, what is the best type of demographic for this particular niche? So what I'm going to do is, I've never done this before, but I'm going to do this for this version here, 3.0. I'm going to give you the placements that will pop so that you can figure out from there how to do your targeting. You see, when you're doing a media buy, you need to map out your whole entire media buy. And that's some of the most toughest things that a lot of people find difficult. So in this course, in this module, for this case study, I'm actually going to let you rip me off. I'm going to give you some of the placements. I'm not going to give you all of the placements, but I'm going to give you some of the top placements so you don't have to worry about it. So here's a hint. Think of all the states that are the most repressed. Think about some of the states that are almost near bankruptcy and are bankrupt for solar panel initiatives. And also think about the states that need solar panel the most. But like I said, I'm going to give you a big hint on some of this because some of the states, one of these states in particular is currently bankrupt, just getting out of that state. So whatever you're running an offer like this, and always make sure you go out. And here's some of the technical things that we need to go over. If you look at my image right now for this ad, you're going to see that I have written there, always go and get an expired domain. You need to always go out with any offer, not just a CPA offer, but with any offer, especially a CPA offer. You always want to go out and buy an expired domain. And here's a couple of reasons for it. First reason is you already want to have established links pointing back to your site that have authority in the eyes of the search engine. When you do this, you are going to have a better WOT score, W-O-T. When you do this, Facebook is going to look at this expired domain, and they're going to, and part of their algorithm is they're going to look at what's going on with this expired domain, and they're going to see that this domain has good search history. It has good authoritative links. Therefore, in their eyes, in the eyes of the algorithm, they're going to be giving you a little bit better preference when you use the expired domain link. You also already want to have existing traffic going to that expired domain. So, and you want to make sure that you obviously get a domain name that is as close as you can possibly get it to your CPA offer. What is the reason why you want to do this? Well, all that existing traffic that's already going to that domain, if it's the existing traffic that is similar to your offer, you're going to have a better chance of picking up a lot of search traffic that is still looking for that particular offer or looking in that particular niche market. And when they land on your property, there's going to be some conversions. There's going to be some engagement. Now, you also want to make sure with this expired domain, you run it through your tracking system. So you track all the way through the click. So let's take a look. Here's a service that I'm using. Like I said, I'm going to give away some of the placements, some of the demographics, some of the places where you want to be focusing in on your targeting for this particular offer. So remember, you want to focus in on some of the states that are really interested in solar power. You want to focus on some of the states that are bankrupt or close to being bankrupt. You want to focus on some of the states that are up and almost in a revolt because they are paying so much in electricity and they want a better solution. So here is the service that I'm using. There's going to be a part B to this actual video. This is part A. This is going to be pretty meaty. Part B, I'm going to go over the service. I'm going to go over in real time what's going on. And then you can come back to watch part A again at this particular point at like 11 minutes into the video of this module, and you can put everything together. So this is the new service that I'm using. So what you need to do is you need to wait, because I need to get the go-ahead from the owner to get a better deal for you, because I'll get a better deal more than you ever could. So if you want to actually stop and pause the video and go and get this service, it's called retargetingcloud.com. But if you want to stop and get it, you're going to pay some pretty heavy duty money. So wait until I can get a better deal from the owner. I'm going to put the resource up in the members area for the link. You click on that link, you're going to get a better deal going through me. So just so that you understand, when you go to the primary destination URL that's in this particular service, the primary destination URL, that's going to be where you put your affiliate link. And that is where you're going to be tracking everything. Okay? Again, I've created another module, which is the sub ID module. You're going to need to look at that because it's very important that when you put in your affiliate link, you make sure you add all the sub IDs in your affiliate link, because you want to be able to track all the way through to the offer. If you look at number 2 and the arrow around number 2, under the URLs, you'll be able to see exactly where the campaign targeting was. And these are some of the best placements to do the positioning for your banners. So when you're doing your media buy with this particular service, you don't actually even need this service. Because I've given you the direct placements, you can go out and do a media buy yourself by using some of these placements. And don't worry, you're going to get a PDF of the placements coming on the next slide and with a PDF. If you look at number 3 and the arrows, you're going to see that this service also uses keywords. Now again, keywords are very important. You will need to understand buyer intent keywords, buyer trafficked keywords, psychographic buyer keywords, and you need to understand where people are in their funnel, because this is going to allow you to create the content that best surrounds the keywords for conversions. So let me repeat that. Where you see all the keywords here, and you can refer to module B when I go through the live video and I explain this a little bit more to you. Understand this. People go after keywords, and there's people and affiliates that go after buyer keywords. So in part B of the module, I explain to you what keywords are, what buyer keywords are, what psychographic buyer keywords are, and why you should be using them. Okay? So as I promised, here's here's a list of some of the top URLs that was used to run this very lucrative offer. And like I said, you're going to get this in a PDF because I've converted this file into a PDF for you so you can go through it. These are not all the placements, not by a long shot, but I've given you a really good list for you to start to go and look at your media buys. Either you can use this service here that I was using, or you can take the placements and go and use your own media buying platform to purchase your banners on. And also, here's a list of the keywords. Again, these are the better buyer content keywords and buyer psychographic keywords. Very important that you understand that. In Module B, you're going to be able to see what I'm talking about. And here's a list of the URLs if you want to use the e-commerce platform for solar panels. Now, in Module B, I go over solar panels and I get into the solar panels e-commerce niche. Two different niches. So these are the keywords and these are the URLs that are coming up that you're watching right now. This is for the e-commerce websites. These are the keywords that you should be these are the URL placements that you should be dropping your banners on. And here's the list of the keywords for the e-commerce solar panel niche. Okay? Now, you don't have to do a lot of testing. This is another thing that I'm going to be giving away. I've already tested out the banners for you. I've already tested out what converts, the banner sizes that convert. I'm not going to give them all to you, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a couple so that you understand where to go. Now, here is where, like I've said, I've done a lot of the dirty work for you. All you need to do now is you need to go get a copy of adbeat.com or a copy of whatrunswhere.com or a copy of similarwebpro.com or any of those competitive intelligence tools that'll help you to find banners that convert, banner placements, looking at landing pages, looking at everything, looking at the competitive landscape, okay? Because these are banners that convert. Now, like I've said, I actually can't give you the banners, but what I can do is you've seen them here, okay? You see the size, you see what the banner looks like, because I've had some of them altered for my actual campaign. So that is my intellectual property. But you're going to be far ahead of the competition based on that. Okay? So here's another banner that converts. Let me give you a word of warning. At the banner, at the bottom of the banner, you must include your URL domain. So you must include your destination URL, your main domain, not your affiliate domain, but the destination URL. It's very important that you do that. If you don't do that, you're not going to get a lot of banners approved if you're using the service that I'm using. Matter of fact, some of the platforms, they actually want you to have your destination URL inside of your banner. A lot of affiliates don't do this, and they get hammered. And they wonder why they can't get their ads approved, they can't get their banners approved. That's the reason why. It's a little tactic that's not sneaky, but it puts you ahead of the other affiliates because it lets the networks know that you are more brandable, you are more rememberable. They remember you more. You are more of a business. Okay? And again, here's another banner that converts like crazy for you. Notice how the banners are set up and how I've structured them. And here's another banner for you that you can swipe and model upon to get better success. Now, like I said, I can't show you the Content Rich Product landing page because that's competitive. So here is the Content Rich Product landing page that you can model. You can look at it and you can build one for yourself. It has all of the metrics that Facebook is looking for. It has a privacy policy, it has the terms and services, it has the email policy, it has a 1-800 number, it has everything that it needs for Facebook to say this is what we're looking for. If you look at the navigational links that are in the red box, every single one of those links, when a user clicks on it, it takes them to more content within the actual blog. These are actual live links within the blog. That is what Facebook is looking for. So if you were to click on any one of these links, you are going to go to another page deeper in the blog where there is content that's themed for that particular navigation link. And inside of that content, yes, now we embed our CPA offer and our calls to action. Like I said, obviously I can't out the campaigns and I can't out the blog, but you have a good understanding now of what you need to do when you watch this module and then you watch module B. You'll be able to put everything together. Now, I'm not saying that you need to go into this particular niche. You can or you don't have to. You can use this as a model to go into any particular niche. If you're wondering how can you get a content-rich product landing page built, if you've got version 1 or version 2.0 of DNA Wealth Blueprint, you know what a content-rich product landing page is. You know how to build one. I've just explained here how you build one. You can actually go out and get one built for 150 bucks. It's a blog and you have content on that blog. All your navigational links are content and you embed your CPA offers inside of your content. That's it in a nutshell, plain and simple, down and dirty. So this is the end of part A of the module. Part B of the module, I just go into the service and how I use it, how it's structured, and how you can benefit from it. And like I said, if you want to use that service, retargetingcloud.com, wait until you get the go-ahead from me to click on the link that I'm going to get to give you a fantastic deal. Because if you don't, you're going to be paying a ridiculous amount of money, over almost $1,500 plus another $497 a month. So it's up to you what you want to do. You can either wait for me to get the link or you can go get it yourself. That being said, I'm going to see you in the next module. Take care, everybody.